fuck up. And we're here in 3D land. Okay, you got a good position, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I'm right here. Well, no, hold on. Y'all give it a second. And her ass still over there doodling.
I can tell.
What the fuck did I do wrong? Because apparently a few minutes ago that shit was like on point. Alright, there we go. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Why I got it? Man, hold on. Okay, I'm cool right here. Why is you drawn? We live.
I can't multitask.
Introduce the topic.
You didn't say that. I thought we already did that part.
That was on the TikTok and all that.
Why don't the church give back give back to the communities that pour into them? Why don't the churches give back to the communities that pour into them?
So are you saying this, Angel, looking at me? Are you saying that the churches do not give back to the people that put in? This is what you're saying?
Yes, a lot of times. That's how people lose faith sometimes, I think, because they need help and they can't go to the people that they rely on the most.
Okay, so I put it like this. I believe that the money that you give to the church is for the people. Sometimes I've had different churches. I'm not saying all of them the same. When you go and you can't pay your rent, they have ministries you can go to. I never knew what a ministry was because I was an ignorant wake up black man. But anyway, check that out later. But I didn't know what a ministry was. So I know it's churches that you can go to and you can be like, hey, I'm behind on my rent, and they will ask you for like your pay stub to pay your bills. Like, okay, we gotta know if we pay this bill, that after we pay it, you still gonna be good. They give you the option of the light bill or even the rent. It doesn't matter how much the rent is. It could be a house, it could be an apartment, but you have the option to choose between the rent or the light bill. Now, growing up, have I ever seen that in the church? And most of the churches who paid the rent, it wasn't the church I went to. So, I don't know. In the Bible, it say, God said, give a tenth of your tithes. And your tenth of your tithes is supposed to go to the church. So, I kind of see where you're coming from. If we giving a tenth of our tithe, it's supposed to go to the church. Then in certain churches, I'm not going to say all of them, how come you can't go up there and be like, hey, I'm behind on rent. Can you help me? And this is the church you actually go to. But they have all these churches. You can call 211. And they have all these churches that's willing to help you and not even try to get you to become a member.
But not even so much as helping also.
Y'all heard of waterfall?
Not so much as even just helping. I mean, giving back to the community and other ways as well. Like, you know how they do when they do like the sick people or whatever. You know, do they actually some of the churches, you know, take out the time to recognize their members, or they show up, you know, to check on them. But, you know, I mean, and it goes for the small and big, because you can, hey, how are you doing today can go a long way.
True.
You know, and I come and I see these people however many times I go, whether it's I go to Bible study during the week, and however many times I go to church, or I see these people however many times I see them a week. And I fellowship with these people, and we're a family. We're a church family. We're a family, right?
Yeah.
So if we can do all of these things together, we can fellowship together and everything. If you don't see me in a while, why not reach out and see if I'm okay? That goes a long way, because you never know what someone is dealing with. You know, somebody could be at home and really have no one, really have nothing and no one, and their church family is what holds them up. You know, their church family is what calls them and checks on them and invites them or keeps them going. Or you can have someone in the same position and then they put all of their time into church and church activities, and then they don't even check on them if they don't show up for a month or two.
Well, I've read in the Bible several times, it says you should look out for your Christian family. Your brothers, your sisters, everybody, It says that multiple times in the First and the Second Testament. So I've actually read that. Yeah, I've actually read that, we are a family. You know what I'm saying? So whatever church I go to, say if it's New Bible Study or, just random name, we're supposed to be the Christian family, the church family. So the family is supposed to check in. If they don't see from you or see what's going on, they are supposed to send you certain things to come check on you. As far as financial-wise, you got churches where you see the pastor driving a Mercedes-Benz or something like that. And honestly, do I think that's wrong for him to be that? No, I don't. And a lot of people say I won't go to a church where I see a pastor driving a nice car and having nice things. He's supposed to have that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But then when it comes to giving back, some churches, I'm going to say this, some churches do and some don't. And what really got me is when I actually went to a ministry, because there was a friend who actually told me about it. And I'm just like, hey, I can go to this church. They don't know me, know nothing about me. They just want to know my income, what's going on. They do a little prayer for you. They tell you everything's going to be okay. They give you scriptures and stuff. Leave them alone, Angel. They give you scriptures and stuff, and then they pay your rent. But then some churches that you go to, you can't go to the pastor and be like, hey, me and my kids is doing bad. We don't have nothing to eat, or the rent is getting behind, and you can't even get the money. So apparently you've experienced this, so tell me your experience. You ain't got to name the church or nothing like that, because we don't do that. We don't put nobody on blast on here. Tell me an experience or a time that you've been through something like that.
I ain't never been through a situation like that. But related to the topic,
Go ahead.
I would say a lot can. I can't. Well, let me take that back. In my experience with the church I went to, I just don't think that's something that they could afford to do. You know what I'm saying? From what I saw, and I'm saying, this is a church I was born into. My mom was a godly woman. I had to go to church. It don't matter how, how deep I got off in there. You know what I'm saying? At the depth that I did go in my own personal life, I would still go to church. Yeah. Either I was going all the time or I would just try to go every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was towards, my adult years. But childhood, I've seen it my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Ear hustling. I think maybe there was a board meeting and I was considered a member. I don't know. Maybe it was my mom and I was a kid. And I was in there halfway paying attention because, board meetings are boring to a child. But, just ear hustling. And, I don't know, at least as far as my church, the one that I went to, at that time, the money wasn't coming in like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I was saying. Kind of some of my thoughts when you were saying, we would assume that everybody that goes to church tithes or puts something in the offering, and they just don't. I've been an usher before. When you pass the collection plate, and it's not no shame to nobody because I don't let it pass me plenty of times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I say that's not judging nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you would think that everyone's giving, but they're just not. And so a lot of times, when I hear this argument, as far as my personal experience, I feel like you would have really had to been there to kind of see. You got to realize that the church it's a business. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a career.
I've seen, again, I don't know if it was public. I don't know. I can't remember the context of how I saw it, but I've seen, we're sending this much here, this much there, like, you know, the overseas
Right,
mission.
and they still have
we're paying,
bills.
you know, they be
and
paying, someone I know. I'm not gonna say how or whatever, but just someone I know was got in some trouble, and they paid for him to go to like a boys kind of ranch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like kind of help him out. You know what I'm saying? And so I've seen things like that, but I just don't
that's
think that they
good.
could do it like on a larger scale. You
But
know
that's
what I'm
fine,
saying?
and it's like as long as you know,
But I don't
they're
think
giving
that the
back,
will-
they're still giving back, and then
You know, like, the
everybody
intention,
don't
right?
have it to
Yeah,
give,
like the intention.
and that makes right the intention. So that's really all that matters. But you know, there's some of the places,
But the
that
other
don't.
places, I can't speak on that.
Right, it's some
Well, see,
places that you know
I
that
can
don't.
bring
It's
up
a
a
lot of places I've seen since I've been an adult.
But I
I've
mean,
noticed
with
that
that,
they use
okay,
that.
so my counter question to that is,
Because I didn't even know that there was a such thing.
Yeah. They do
well,
that.
never mind, we don't have to go into like the
Man, yeah, we do. Come on. We live.
the politics of it. Like there would be politics in that.
Oh, it's politics and everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because then it's like, well, how many people do we help to what extent? How is that, you know, what's the data that this is actually helping the community? You know, and we're not just getting bled dry. And I hate to say, like, bled dry, but again, like, on a base level, the church is a business. Whether if you believe in the product or not, it's still a business. You know, whether if you buy into the quote-unquote product. And I hate to, again, my personal beliefs, I hate
Right, I get what you're saying.
I feel you.
saying that God is a product, but I'm just, so everyone can understand.
Laying it out,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
From like a logical
Right,
standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess the only ones that would be in question are the ones, but we don't know their
really know.
books. We don't have access
we don't have
to the
access.
you know, we're not
Well,
the accountant.
So
You
we
know what I'm
don't
saying?
really know.
I
Like,
mean, we
can't
see
really-
things, right? We see like a big church. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know how much money is coming in to keep the lights on.
Do not be
Or
afraid
do
to
this
come
or
in
do that.
because we will respond.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's just kind of like one example. You know what I'm saying? Are we just, I guess I'm going to swing it back around and just say, like, sometimes you really don't know how much the church got. I mean, McDonald's ain't giving out, you can't even get a free cheeseburger at McDonald's. That's going to break the,
But if you download the app, you can get a
You know
free
what I'm
fry
saying?
on Fridays. Look,
right, but we know that McDonald's isn't
it's not a.
isn't a something that, like a corporation that where compassion is their slogan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I hate talking about it like it's a business, but
But
since
it is-
we're-
it is-
since
yeah.
we're talking about, since what we're talking about has to deal with money. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know, man. It would just depend on the church. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, when I hear that, I'm just like, well, it
Well,
depends on
see-
church, depends
even
on how much
like-
money is coming in,
Yeah,
but it's just
that's
like,
true.
but at the same time, like, how much do they help? We're not talking about giving someone $20. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even saying like
so
even
many, like,
financially.
there's
I
like
mean,
there's a
like,
lot of
even-
big issues that go
I mean,
on in our
like,
community,
but I'm saying
right?
even, right, I'm even meaning so much
Right.
as like doing sack lunches on every other Saturday for the homeless or something like that.
Right.
I mean, like really giving
Well,
back. Like
there-
really
okay,
doing
so there's
something.
churches that do that.
Or, right, there
I
are churches that
participated.
do
We was
that.
in there,
But there's a
bro.
lot
I
of
know
churches-
it's a
Bro,
lot that
listen,
do that. I'm just
listen.
saying.
There's a lot of churches
I went
that
to-
don't.
Listen to what I'm
Yeah, I hear
saying.
you.
In the communities that really need that,
Right,
that's not available.
man, and that sucks. I'll say
See,
that.
I went to a
I'll say
church
that.
where
That sucks.
they would have like I call it the halftime show. They'll do collection, the choir singing, they'll pass the little plate around, and then they would turn around and tell you how much they collected. And then they'll turn around and tell you how much the bills are. Yeah. You've been to that church. I'm not gonna throw the church out there, but you've been to it.
Bro, they ever had
They
it where
would
you
tell
had to
you.
bring the tithes to the front? So that
Yeah, that's what we
everybody in the
did.
church could
Everybody
see,
get up.
like,
Everybody get up.
Who in
It's
here?
one row first. It's the next row
you ain't
coming.
hey, listen, I said I've been to church my whole
The
life, right?
Lord's watching.
But look, my mama
Better
had
watch
told
me
me
tell the
this.
truth.
You gotta take $2. and
I'm
go
saying
take
it's like
$2.
looking at you when you walk. That's how they be looking at you like the Lord is watching.
The Lord is, they say the Lord is watching.
And I don't know. I'm just like,
You sitting there, look, you sitting there like,
but-
let me put this dollar up for God is watching you, baby. Oh, shoot.
I don't know.
No,
Let me go and get
A lot
this
of
five
people
out
pay
of my
tithes,
pocket.
bro.
Let me go and get my 5 out
It
of
was
my
just
pocket.
a joke.
Like,
No,
a
the
lot-
church that I
a
went
lot
to-
of people don't pay their tithes.
My mama used to, you
And
know,
that's
give
true.
me
A lot of
money.
people don't, but at the same time, they may not have
really
it or
don't.
either. But they may not do it as much as they should. But I think they give because
A lot of people that come here
I
don't
done
give.
literally gave my last before.
And you said something about blinding faith when it comes to those type of situations. I mean, has it ever made, you said something about it's why people don't go to church and some people don't believe in the faith.
Oh, I was saying sometimes it can affect someone's faith. Like if you down and out and like that example I just gave, you know, if you down and out and I spend, you know, I'm all into, you know, to church and the activities, and then you know, I fall short. So I miss a couple
What's
of
good,
Sundays,
Sarah?
and no one even reaches out.
Well,
And that might make
see, you gotta
someone
think
feel
about
like-
this. It clearly says a tenth of your tithes.
I'm
And
not
then
talking about that. I'm not
But
even.
you just said sometimes I've
You,
given
I
my
was
all.
answering the question.
Well,
I'm
go
not
ahead, go
talking.
ahead.
I wouldn't even talk about money no more.
Okay, well go ahead.
Well, now I don't even know what the hell I was saying because you rudeness
I am
interrupted
not
me.
rude. I heard you say that sometimes you.
I
give
said
me
that
your-
way before you. We said that before you said something about the faith, and then I started talking about that, and then you ricocheted back.
Okay, well then my gas. Attitude ass. Anyways, I'm gonna put it like this. Yes, I feel where you coming from, and I feel where you coming from. Now we gotta speak on facts because I'm sorry to cut you off. My bad on that. You know what I mean? But like he said, some churches don't have it, and I get that. And you know, some churches they do have it, but they choose not to do that. You know what I mean? If my path as a pastor is to save souls, I can't save souls, Jesus saves souls. Bring them into the right direction. I understand where you're coming from as far as giving out to the community, as far as, you know, helping the people of the church. You know what I mean? I understand with that. I understand you on all of that, and I understand that, but I'm just like you. I have seen, because I told you, I went to a church where they would tell you how much they collect,
How many people?
and they would tell you the bills.
But how many people are we talking about?
Shit, but that's to tell you that this shit
This is
ain't
what I'm
enough.
saying. Like,
And
what I'm
then they be
saying.
like, you know, and you know,
how many people?
But I thought we
I
was
guess I'm
talking
looking at it
about.
as
but wait,
a business aspect.
but wait, it's not the business.
And I'm looking
aspect.
at it as
Well, yeah, it is.
how
a
do they
business
verify if
aspect.
someone really needs help? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
how do we know? You know, if this money? Because trust me, the world would believe the church dropped.
Oh, well, of course.
I'm not talking about that though.
You know
I'm
what
not
I'm
even
saying?
talking about finances. I know that there's
No,
churches out here that do all this
I
stuff, but
agree. Like
ain't
low
talking
key, like
about-
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, even if let's say like that was to be implemented, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what would be the rules and regulations on who we
They don't
help,
tell you that.
who we help, when we help, how many times are we gonna help the same person?
Exactly. They have to
You know
have
what I'm
some
saying?
type
Like-
of, you know, but
And I'm just thinking from a
not-
business.
But I would
Business.
think this. This is what I would think. Because in the Bible it says give a tenth of your tithes. I read that.
But
And
if
then
the
it
person
said
don't
it's-
give it,
But
that's
wait,
I guess.
but wait, let me finish. He said,
Yeah.
isn't that, you know, worth more than the bill collector? Because a taxer is going to tax you more than a tenth of your tithes. When you file your taxes,
Right.
they tax you more than that. All he's asking is for a tenth.
Right.
Then later on in the Second Testament, he says, give what you can.
Right.
Don't give it all, give what you can.
Yeah.
But this is my thing. I'm looking at the business part as you saying. If I'm giving you my money and I don't know if I could go to church and be like, hey, I'm doing bad, I need help, and this church turns around and tells me,
Well, they know who's giving money.
hey,
In your situation,
help you.
In your situation,
I can't help you.
In your situation, they know who's giving the money.
right?
Like, unless you, depends on how you choose to do it. If you just put in some change and you can't track a $20 bill. You know, you got the little, you put your name on it. They mess around and give you an account number, bro. Like real talk, you'll have like a little account number, bro.
That's crazy.
And then at the end of the year, you get a W-2. You get to claim the money that you put in the church.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Heck no, but that's something to know now. But
I get a W-2 from the church
I did not know
every year. And when I say that, I'm not stunting because it really ain't nothing on there. So even I know, like, hey, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
I didn't know that.
Even if like every
So
time around, I'll be like, man, I could have rolled off more if I would have gave more. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't know that.
I ain't flexing like like it's like that. I'm just
I did
saying.
not know that.
I know it
Did you know
exists.
that?
I know it
didn't know
exists.
that.
That's all
The
I'm saying.
W-2.
That's
The
all
thing
I'm
that
saying.
shocked
I know it
me
exists.
is when I went to a church and they had a cash out, they kept putting on the sign. And they was like, if you don't have the money, then put the cash out in there.
Bro,
I was like, wow, y'all got a cash out.
that stuff is tracked. And in my mind, I don't know for sure, but in my mind, if you needed a situation, like they could probably go somewhere and be like, almost like they
Hey,
would. I hate to say it, bro. But as I'm speaking, I'm like, it's almost like they're running into like a little bank, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you need to go to the bank.
You
go
need
to the
help
bank,
from
make a
my
loan.
home.
All right, let's see how much you've been putting
Let me
away.
see what you like.
Right.
Let's go.
And I don't even talk, about the,
You know what I'm saying? I never.
we gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it real. We gonna always keep it real. Anytime that I talk about God, bro, like we gonna keep
it
it real.
above 50.
Say how you
Go
feel.
ahead.
I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect me. I'm not gonna disrespect. I don't need that. Don't disrespect me. I'm not gonna disrespect you. Like
I didn't know you.
we're not gonna have like before the conversation even begin. I'm like,
we need to go back to
we're
the
not
church.
gonna agree. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know how they say,
Like we're not gonna like. What's your favorite flavor of soda? Like humans don't agree with anything. So like if we talk about that,
wait a minute. He said you
trying
don't
to
have
take it back.
W-2. Andrew, we need to go to the church.
Hit me
You
again,
know
I'm
how
gonna
they-
slap your ass.
Look, H&R
Stop.
Block. Look.
I mean,
H&R
I was kind of
said
joking,
they will
but
find
I wouldn't be
some stuff
surprised,
that
bro.
you can't find it and bring it up. So we need to go to some churches and be like, say, I need my W-2, bro. You know, my job sent it to me. Why you ain't sending my W-2?
Cause you ain't gave them nothing. So
I
you
done
don't
gave
do
you
it.
some stuff.
No, you ain't. You ain't do it right.
I gave a 10.
Did you put your name on the envelope?
You ain't supposed to put the name on the
Hey, but
envelope.
back to that point though, like I ain't
Yes,
even
you
saying that, but there might be a possibility that
Because if you
No,
don't,
it
it's
is,
just
it is.
an offer.
like they could look and see. I don't know. That
Hey,
would
look,
sound right,
look,
right?
look,
That
look,
sound right,
like,
right?
look, Corey gave 50 cents and his rent 600. Bro, you been giving 50 cents all week, bro. We cannot help you.
I can't
Your-
affirm it
your
or not,
credit
bro,
is
but it sound like a good assumption.
No. You know what? Actually, I'm looking at it because you probably
Good
all
theory.
right.
It sounds like a good theory though. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you spend money on anything, bro, there's a business or organization, you can't get taxes back.
Well, the W-2 ain't a theory. I know that for sure.
Well, I
I'm
know
talking
it ain't
about
a
the
theory.
fact that they might
Shoot, I need to go
be
to
more
some
willing to
churches.
help someone out if they could look on the books. And
I
see
need
what
to
they
go
be
to
giving.
some churches. I need
You know
my
what I'm
W-2. Child support catching up. You know what I'm talking about? I need to go get that little 10. But
Yeah,
anyways,
put that in as a little charity donation.
my experience was, I'm not gonna bring up the person, but they was going to a church, and they was giving a tenth of their tithes and everything, and they were watching who the church was helping. And it was like a drug dealer that was doing bad, that was trying to change his life, and the church helped that drug dealer. But that person was in a situation where they needed help, and they came to the pastor, and they was like, hey, you know, me and my child, and whoop-de-whoop, we need help. And the church was like, I'm going to see what I can do, and never got back to him. And this was the church that this person had went to for years.
Right.
Mama, daddy, everybody went, you know?
Right.
And that's what kind of bothered me about the whole situation, because that person went to a ministry, which is another church. And they was like, well, are you working? They asked these, certain questions. They asked for your pay stub. And then they turned around with no question and paid the $900 rent. But why couldn't that person go to their church that they've been going to since they were like 9 and get that kind of help? And the church was making money. The church had Cash App up there. Oh, you got Cash App. Oh, you got, what's that other one? Vimo and all this on it. And the church, the person was talking directly to the pastor. But the pastor did help the drug dealer pay for his room and all this stuff. And I'm kind of like, wow, we looking at a drug dealer and we looking at a person with a child, and you help this drug dealer that just recently started going to this church instead of helping this person with a child. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, do they, like you said, do they take a list? Like, you been going
Now,
here since you was 9.
Was the drug dealer dropping off anything in the collection plate?
I don't know what the drug dealer was doing. He probably
Yes,
gave,
he was.
Man, he probably gave 2.5. I don't know what he was doing.
Now let me stop trying to be a conspiracy theorist. You know, that was a joke. But every time I say a joke, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm just joking, bro. Like, it's just
But I was thinking it all the time, but I get it.
I mean, I wouldn't-
it is
I
a
don't know.
joke,
I
but
can
it's
answer
just
that.
like
I
it
guess that's
really
the only
could.
little thing I can come up
can
to the
answer
story
the
you
same
gave me.
Right,
Like,
'cause what
only
the
answer
fuck?
I have for you is a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know.
I mean,
That's
hey,
a good
who
question.
what you
knows?
playing,
I don't
it could be the truth.
That's a
Right,
good
it
question.
could be. We don't know though.
D-Boy was like, look, man, let me put this in this plate. Y'all won't get that building, but if I need bum,
Or maybe the pastor was his daddy, or his uncle,
No,
or
he
his
wasn't related. It wasn't no
grandpa,
relationship.
or
It wasn't over. Now, this is my thing. When you say the community, this is what I get at. When you, if you a Christian, God-believing person, whatever, Methodist, Baptist, whatever you want to call yourself, y'all really need to ask yourself this question. Why do you see Jehovah's Witnesses? Oh, I'm sorry. You black. Oh, I'm sorry. And they over there chopping it up with the white person. Wait. Then you see the Mexican Catholics. Hello? Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, wrong door. Why are they picking color?
I've never seen that
I
happen.
have. I've seen, if you ever lived in apartments, you done had a Jehovah's Witness knock on your door.
I've not lived in, I've lived in apartments, and I still have.
You ain't never had one of them
I've
people walk
had-
around
yes,
when you
and
run
I'm
in the
saying
house
that-
and be like, they coming. No, don't open the door, they coming.
I'm saying, yeah, but the Jehovah's
I mean, you
Witnesses
already know
are-
the answer,
They
though.
don't be even. They don't.
Why
I'm
are they
saying, but they don't
choosing
never.
color?
They don't.
Because you black. You already know the answer.
So this is the sad part. I see more of them going out, even though it's
But
a
I've
racist
seen-
thing.
I've
I mean,
seen-
I never
I've
seen no
seen-
black people walking around
listen.
talking about.
I've seen.
Have you been
listen,
saved? The only
listen,
black
hold
person
on.
I seen was out Friday.
Oh, that's
No.
not
Heard
true.
of
That's not
Jehovah.
true. That's not true.
No,
That's the only one
that's
I've had
black
definitely
Jehovah's
not.
I've never had no
I've
black
had black
Jehovah's
Jehovah's
Witness.
Witness
I've
come
never
by.
had not one black.
I
I
have.
can't speak towards. I don't know.
And I
You talking
actually
about
kept
Jehovah's
in
Witnesses.
contact with her because her information was very enlightening.
A Jehovah's
I don't know the
Witness.
facts.
Yes,
I
she
don't know
came
the
to my
facts.
house every
My
Sunday.
facts.
I'm talking in general.
Just
So when
like
I
how
say
you
this, I'm
see
saying this
those-
in general. I don't
Okay,
know
go
anything
ahead.
about like. Let me say that first. I don't know nothing
Right, I
about
don't
Jehovah's Witnesses, so I'm
either.
not. What I'm
I'm
about to
talking
say
about the people you
isn't
see
geared
on the
towards
little
them.
bicycles
I'm just
riding
saying.
around with the little backpack.
We know what they are. What he's saying
And
is
they
Some,
we know
some
nothing about
people,
the
some
religion.
there are some
belief.
denominations where they look less on black people. We already know that.
That's
We
Right.
already know that.
Right.
So if I'm calling
I don't know
myself
which one.
God,
I'm being
then why am
real.
I?
I
If
don't know
I'm
which one.
just like the
but
Mexicans,
some do.
just like the Mexicans, they not gonna. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong
Maybe I
door.
wasn't trying to remember. I probably, yeah, I mean, of
I'm
course
sorry,
I
wrong
was.
door.
I wasn't trying
Y'all
to
done got
remember.
that. I'm sorry, wrong door. And you like, wait a minute. Like, if you're a person of God, why is it the wrong door? Like, I might be in here about to kill myself, and you just knocked on the door, and I'm like,
Maybe there's
Jesus.
maybe there's a
I'm
language
like,
barrier.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Maybe
I've
there's a
never
language
If
had.
you know how to say sorry, wrong people, you know how to talk
I've
to me.
never
Have you
had-
heard about the
No,
guy?
be serious. There could be.
I'm being serious. You,
No,
you
because
man,
that's a
that-
deep discussion. Talking
Yeah.
about God is a deep discussion.
Yeah.
So then, if you knocking on doors, then you ready for that deep discussion.
Yeah.
If I'm knocking on everybody's door,
Maybe
I'm
I'm being
actually-
devil. Maybe I'm
I ain't
playing
in
devil's
no car.
advocate. I'm
I
just
ain't
saying,
in no
maybe
car.
there's
I'm on a bicycle. I'm getting it.
I feel you.
It's about 500 apartments over here. Oh, we finna go. We finna go
I'm
win today.
confused.
We finna
Well,
go win
I don't
today.
I'm
know.
confused. What's
Maybe that's
happening?
just you.
What? What's happening? What?
Cause hey, hold up. Bro, when I be at work, they be sliding me. The Hispanic ladies be giving me the cards. What do you mean?
I've
Right.
never had that. All I had was wrong door.
What,
I'm like,
what do you
that's
be doing
you.
to these?
Maybe
Right.
look,
It's
you
definitely
trying to get
a
a
lot
lot of black people. I'm like, wait a minute.
Because,
It is not
because
me.
they treat me kind.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my God. Look, I come to the door. I come to the door. You know what I'm talking about? I come to the door. I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, they coming. I'm knocking on my door. I open the door. I'm sorry, wrong person.
You be fucking with them.
I be fucking with them.
Because they kind to
And
me.
then the little bicycle people, they be,
They
Oh, I'm
kind
sorry,
to me.
Listen, my mom, she let a Jehovah's Witness in and did exactly.
I
Right.
told
I
I
was
did
upstairs.
that too.
They was downstairs in the living room they was down there debating, bro. Like, I don't know.
Man, say maybe I opened the door wrong
Mine
way.
too, and I.
Because you know when they come to the door,
How
they
do
don't
you
have a
know
bottle in
what you
their
look
hand.
right? What did you look
Did you
like?
answer the door
What
with
I
the
look
bottle
like?
And
in your
did you
hand?
have her or
Look.
know her?
Wait a minute, let me
And
put
did
it
you
like
have
this.
glasses
Did you have a
on?
shirt on?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Did she see
Hey,
your little,
look.
them little,
I'm gonna tell y'all
things?
both like this. If they done knocked on y'all door,
Your porcupine.
y'all know that they don't knock like normal people. They knock like they the police.
No, they don't.
I be like, God,
You just have such horrible experience.
I don't have no such horrible experience. They knock like the police.
Came to the door, paranoia.
I just hey, one time I came with my Bible. Look, one time I came to the door with my Bible. I came up there like, ooh, they finna tell me something. I'm door. And
You just came
I
to the door like,
look, my nigga, I'm in here trying to cook these
I
noodles.
think they just
Nah,
don't like
I didn't
you, bro.
come.
it's
They probably
now,
did like me.
it's
Shit.
you, it's you,
What's
it's
wrong
you.
with me?
It's
I can't,
you.
bro. One time I came to the door with the Bible because I knew it was them.
With the Bible.
Yeah.
They still left you hanging, bro.
Yeah, they was like rum door.
Definitely you.
Nah, it's them.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Take a look within.
Right.
I am
bro.
looking within my brother.
One
my
came to
young
my
black
house
brother.
one time and she didn't even speak English and she was still kind to me and she still
I'm
talking
gonna
to
tell
me.
you my encounter with a Jehovah's Witness. One time
Until
I
I
was
feel
at my partner's
upset
house.
with them.
Look, hold on. I was at my partner's house. They knocking on the door. He said, I said, bro, why don't you talk to them? And he said, let them in. I'm gonna tell you why I don't talk to them. So the lady came in. She said, have you heard about Jehovah?
I
I
think
said-
you just got that mixed up with Friday. Ever since
No,
you said
no,
on
she
Friday,
came in.
it's just
No,
what everybody
true
say.
story,
They
true
ain't-
story.
They ain't say that
She
to you.
came in the house.
They ain't say that to
And then
you.
they have it like highlighted. They have like certain scriptures they use
Yeah, they
highlighted.
got them cards.
Yeah, so you know it's real. It's real. It really happened to me. So she come in the house, she said, where are you going?
On my bed.
Don't nobody want your little spiral thing with your little...
I said I want your mojo. Like, I mean,
Bro, listen.
anyways.
Anyways, we need to get back on topic.
My
Jehovah's
mom-
don't like
my
these black
mom was
people.
in the
That's not
the
true. They
hospital,
just
bro.
don't like
Listen.
this black
Well,
person.
they don't like me then.
Corey though.
You gonna have to make me believe.
Ja'Cory.
Corey.
You heard him talking to you.
My mom was
Corey
in the
Shake
hospital, bro. I was in there with the pastor. My mom was in the hospital, bro. And we started praying. And this Hispanic lady came in. She didn't speak English. She started praying for my mom in Spanish.
Exactly.
So
See, I've
They
never,
are
But I'm
kind.
being honest with you. I've never
I think you're
experienced it.
unapproachable, bro.
Right. It's something about
Hey,
you.
I'm not unapproachable.
It's the way you look at people. When people
Yeah.
approach you, like you
Yeah.
buck
Do you
up.
not
Like,
know?
Yeah.
Do you not know when I'm out and about? People approach me all the time. Hey,
Where you
how
be
doing?
at?
Hey, this.
People don't just randomly come up to you and be like,
Yeah, they
hey.
do.
I can believe. I can see that.
I know,
They
right?
approach me.
Ha.
Now, I'm not
about
even
church
being
folk.
funny.
But,
people randomly
well,
approach
they
me.
didn't like you. Well, when they don't randomly approach you,
So
and
they
see
found a
you-
demon in me or
No,
something.
you probably opened the door and just scared the Shabisha after
How the
that.
hell I scared them? They knocking on my door. They should be scared.
Well, you know
I don't
what?
knock on the stranger's door and be like, hey, have you heard about God?
I'm gonna pray that God sends you an experience.
Right.
Well, hey,
One of
I'm
our
thankful for
experiences
that.
doing something
I'm
because
thankful
what
for
the hell?
that. Because I'm be real with you. I ain't never
I'm
been
gonna pray with you,
one.
bro. It's amazing, bro.
The only time I've talked to a Jehovah's
What time
It's an amazing
What
experience.
time
I
is
don't know my phone right there.
It'll make you believe.
it?
Oh snap! Wait, 9:42.
Couple minutes.
We got 3
So-
minutes. So,
That'll be my prayer for you, my boy.
and I appreciate
Facts,
that.
because they're not
The only
that.
time I've talked to a Jehovah's Witness, well, the little bicycle dudes, I approached them and I said, hey, is this right? And I was reading something out of the Bible. I said, does this really work? And then the two white dudes was like,
I ain't never really had.
dude, what scripture is that? And they opened theirs. They was like, you got the wrong Bible. You're reading the King
I didn't
James.
really
I was
have
like,
no religious
no, I got the right
I
one.
mean, first of all, most of them are kids, so I don't know if
Yeah.
they could really.
yeah, they work it.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure
some
they're
of
taking
them.
some beatings when they ran into mama and grandmama. I'm pretty sure they got schooled on the Bible. I'm pretty sure.
So anyway,
But
When I say-
you know,
and then when I
I
had
wouldn't be
say-
surprised if they
And
if
then
someone
when I
wasn't
had
well versed.
when I lived in a shelter, I had lived in a shelter with these nuns. They was from it was a Catholic. They was like a Catholic church or whatever. And it was like they had like a pregnancy shelter.
yeah, they got those.
And yeah, I mean, duh, I know. But I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example of that's still a different. I was just giving an example of, you know, they're nice to me.
Bro, do I have an aggressive approach? like I'm here, I'm chilling.
I
Do I
mean,
look
no, you look like a dork.
good? See, approachable. Who gonna be scared of a dork?
I mean, dorks are creepy sometimes.
That's alright. That's alright, Wynetta. That's alright, Wynetta. That's all I do. She look like a motherfucker that you be in the churches. How many fries you want?
I know I don't look
Five
like that.
fries? Look, hold on, wait a minute. Do you want the two-piece or the two-piece dark?
And then when I worked in Chick-fil-A when I was 16, I did not talk like that.
But you talk like that now?
I talk like that when I want to talk like that because I can talk how I want to
We
talk.
are off topic. We talking about the people
We
in
are
the
on
church.
topic because we done.
Huh? So why you feel like the church don't do enough?
What?
Off topic.
We already talked about that. I had just was talking about the church. I was just talking about the nuns, right? I just said that. I was talking about. I was on topic. You be doing most, and I said they're nice to me. Then we got.
I want to know
the
about
fact
this
that you got
W2. You know what I'm saying? Because
See,
people watching.
I don't be church
I want to
hopping
know
a
about
lot,
this W2.
We already spoke on what we're gonna speak on. He already talked about that we not going backwards
There
and
you
we
go.
not
Being
reneging.
that little girl at Church's Chicken, when I'm coming through, you already said you want the 2 fries and the biscuit. We're not going to switch your order right now.
Well, get the hell out of my house.
No way. I don't even like your house.
Alright, guys.
I don't like your hair either.
That's all, folks.
Anyways, comment like I always say. Y'all heard the topic. Y'all heard the situation. We do love the feedback. And please do, because Angel gonna hit me up for like 5 days like, hey, did somebody respond? So there we go. Jimmy, thank you. Thank you, Angel. Peace. We out.
Hold on, let me get up here and press this little thing right here, because I'm trying to figure out.
And then